Welcome to the Dave Darren Show. I've got Jon Allen on. How's it going, John?
Very well.
Good. First of all, we have something very similar, very in common. I live in Devon also.
Yeah, but it's a little hotter where you are, yeah?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm in Devon, Pennsylvania with all the horses and all. And you're in Devon, England, right?
Well, actually, I'm in London. I'm in London these days, but I grew up in Devon. So, yeah, Devon in England is a beautiful part of the world. Is it beautiful there?
I'm looking outside right now. Let's see. I see some palm trees. I see some naked girls in my pool. That's my wife with her twin sister.
How recently did you take the pills? Yeah, and it'll wear off, right?
That 4 hours, right? By the way, Beatrice told me from Impact to be a 3 out of 10 with you, so to not be as much Howard Stern as I typically am. So I'm going to be...
Go for it, man. Go the full Stern, I say.
So go, in other words, just fuck it totally up, right?
Exactly.
Just fuck it up, right? Okay.
Original ranks come to boom it up. Ragamuffin me come back again. Original ranks come to boom it up. Ragamuffin me come back again. You see me bama, they want me long time. No see me bama hit dip and them mind see me bama. They want me long time. No see me bama hit dip and them mind I just shoot out. See me and them buck up. Go tell the whole of them me I go mash them up. I just shoot out. When me and them buck up. Go tell the whole of them me I go pack them up. Cause when me hold the microphone me get a cantankerous. Go tell the whole of them me just get.
Do you know the Dave Darren Show?
Hot enough to boil a monkey's bum.
Most people say, who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Like Disneyland, I'm the happiest fucking guy on earth.
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Are you a poof duck?
He used to be on terrestrial radio, but he got fired.
It's over. Don't you think it's over?
Spit.
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Here comes the boss fella now.
Dave Darren.
My show. I'll tell you the type of people who listen to my show. The type of people who listen to my show are mostly guys, and they're the guys that don't even know when to cut their toenail until the toenail breaks off in the sock and starts to irritate them. Then they pull the sock off and they realize they got to cut their toenails.
Okay. Yeah. You need to help them, man. Tell them to cut their toenails. Oh my God! You can, be an important, can be an important public servant.
That's right. And the reason why I make sure I cut my toenails is my wife has a foot fetish. So I make sure I groom my toenails. That's the reason I do it, okay?
Okay. So she likes them long, your toenails, yeah? Or short?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot about me that's long except for the toenails. Right?
What you got, you know?
That's right. So, John, let's talk about the music, John. That's what we're here for, right? The music.
Okay.
So tell me about it. I think you have a new album out. I've seen previews of it. I've listened to some tracks. It is called...
It's called Blue Flame.
Okay, Blue Flame. How did you come up with the blue flame? Is that a red flame or a brown flame or a yellow flame?
It's what happens when you end up doing these interviews. You kind of figure out what you did or how you did it in the process of answering the question. I think that I'm a bit of a fan of a guy called Georgie Fame, who's an old school soul guy in the UK, and he had a band called the Blue Flames. So that was in my mind, and I also like the contradiction of the idea of a cool flame, with the blueness and the coolness of blue, but also the fiery flame. Yeah. So I like the idea of a bit like Grace Kelly. She's cool as ice, but she's sexy.
Yes, that's true. You're right about that. So. Tell me about your favorite. Do you have a favorite track of the music that you recorded? Is that fair? Do you have like one special baby out of your music?
I have got some pleasure out of listening back to the record. I mean, I do. It is a bit of a dangerous thing listening to your own music. Analyzing your own art. You can kind of become a navel gazing experience, but. There are different songs that I enjoy for different reasons. There's a song that's a kind of a slightly psychedelic lyric a very abstract lyric on a song called Waking Dream, which is my first real attempt at some kind of, I wouldn't exactly call it psychedelia, but certainly a non-straight ahead lyric, you know, a kind of stream of consciousness song. And I really like where that takes me, you know. It's got that kind of openness where whatever mood you're in, it takes you somewhere, you know. So that one is I really enjoy that one, Waking Dream.
Okay, should we play that right now? Let's play Waking Dream in a moment. Okay, yeah. Here we go, guys.
Clouds grown in a waking dream, gently from the slum. Happy windowsills of dusty rain, frozen in a mason jar. Playground loneliness keeps the black dark blues around my brain. Save me, I'm falling through that open window. Save me, I'm failing now. Save me, I'm drowning in that well of wishing. Save me, I'm going down. Looking out beyond the gates, hour after hour. Someday I might just get my parole. Throwing stones a history, playing time could fly. Show me how to be invisible. Save me, I'm falling through that open window. Save me, I'm failing now. Save me, I'm drowning in that well of wishing. Save me, I'm going down. Save me, I'm falling through that open window. Save me, I'm failing now. Save me, I'm drowning in that well of wishing. Save me, I'm going down.
Welcome back, Jon Allen here, drinking some. What is in that? What are you drinking right now?
Obviously whiskey, half whiskey, half gin. You know, no, this is finest tea with milk, UK style.
I knew it. I knew it was the UK equivalent of tea. My wife's Japanese, and she drinks her Japanese green tea all the time. So
very good. This is what they said we built the empire on. You see, this is it. This is the elixir that did the job.
There we are. That's very cool. Have you lived in the UK all your life? Have you toured the band out? Have you personally toured yourself out? Have you been out of the UK?
Yeah, well, I've had the band. I mean, I've been playing with these group of musicians for a long time, probably since about maybe the mid 2000s. So yeah, over 10 years, and I've done touring with the band. We've done a lot of European stuff. I've done a couple of gigs in America, which I probably wouldn't even mention. I played to a couple of dogs and a couple of guys, propping up the dogs in America. But yeah, I've toured quite a bit in Europe. I've been all over Europe with the band, and also as a solo artist, also supporting other people. I've done tours with Seal, with various other various acts, Mark Knopfler. But yeah, I'm doing a tour actually this autumn with Dionne Warwick, a European tour, which that should be cool. So yeah, looking forward to it.
That is very cool. I like Dionne Warwick, and I tell you why. Because when I was in Philadelphia, I used to go to the. I was born in Philadelphia, by the way. That's my hometown.
Yeah.
And during 4th of July, they have outdoor concerts outside the Philadelphia Art Museum. The tremendous vibe of being in the founding part of the United States, which was Philadelphia, was the capital of the United States. Most people listen to my show that don't cut their toenails. They have no idea about history either. So history for you guys that don't know, Philadelphia was once the capital of the United States. They don't know that. They don't know that, though.
Yeah. I've actually been to Philadelphia once. Well, my ex-girlfriend, she was in a Pink Floyd tribute band. She was one, the Great Gig in the Sky, that bit. She was touring in America, so I went to see her, basically. I went to see her in Philly. So literally, I just got on a train, it was, so I've seen like one restaurant, one hotel room, and a little bit of freeway. That's about it. So I need to see a bit more of Philly.
Well, that makes sense. You're with your girlfriend there. You're one restaurant giving her some nice, tasty wine, and then you sold one hotel room for an entire 5 days. You never left the hotel room. The sex was that good.
Exactly. That's the kind of guy I am. No, I think I remember the building, that kind of building with that. I remember seeing that in the distance. That's how sad it is that I didn't get into town properly.
Yeah.
But yeah. The building I'm talking about, just like that, and then it kind of just.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. I didn't think that was the building. I thought that was the way she shaved the vagina. I thought that was.
It's the other way. It's the other way. No, that building. What is that?
Depends on the way you're looking at it. I think that is.
Well, exactly. Upside down. That's how we do it in the UK. But is it? I don't know. The building. I mean, the tall one.
Yes. That City Hall with William Penn on the tops. Were you mugged in Philadelphia? Everyone's got to get mugged in Philly. You weren't mugged?
I haven't. There's one of these experiences I need to have on the bucket list.
So you got to
take that one off.
Yep. Well, you were in Philly with the girl that she didn't mug you of your virginity. Obviously, you were a guy around the world, right?
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, that happened. That happened earlier. But yeah. So are you looking for Stein's gig? When does he step out? When does he retire? I mean, how do you get in there, man?
I tried, and I've been trying for a long time. It's not easy because obviously the guy started at a young age doing that gig. I kind of wish I tried radio at a younger age, but then at a younger age, you either take more of a risk and you're really fucking out there, or you're trying to build stability because your family tells you got to be the engineer, you got to be the guy that goes to college. So I took the safer route. Is that a good idea? Do you have kids?
Not yet.
Do you tell them to take the more adventurous route, or you tell them to be more stable and focus on a career outside of music, outside of entertainment? Or do you just tell them, if you got a passion and a love and a drive for music, you know what? Don't take the safe route. Take the experimental route. What do you tell young people today?
I mean, there's no right answer to that question. I think there's value in either path, I suppose. I mean, I think when you answer those questions, you have to be very honest with yourself sometimes. And I mean, also, I think there's, you have to also think that perhaps there's a reason why it's right now and it wasn't right before. And even though you maybe regret, that you didn't do this sooner, maybe this is the right time for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, people say that having children is a very, it's a very fulfilling thing to do. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, you can't have it all. Do you know what I mean? You've got to pick your priorities. So.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. So I'll tell you what. Let's play another piece of music. I want to come back and talk to you about your music, about how you got there, how you're moving beyond what you've got out there today. What should we play as a second piece here?
Well, let's go with the first single, the lead single. This is a track called Jonah's Whale.
Okay, cool. Here we go on the Dave Darren Show. Okay, welcome back with Jon Allen. Jon, tell me about inspirations for your music. Were they UK-based bands? Were they American bands? Were they Canadian, Filipino bands? What were your give me your Guatemalan bands? Ethiopian bands?
I don't know if you noticed the fact that American culture is sort of one in a lot of ways. I mean, pop music, rock music is the American form. Do you know what I mean? If we're honest, I mean, we can mention a few new wave bands or something like that, but the mainstay of what rock and roll is American music. Is black music meets country music, and so cards on the table. I love American music. I love American artists. I love Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Bill Withers, Bob Dylan. Obviously there's a few Brits that got in there. The Rolling Stones. Zeppelin. There's some great British bands. Peter Green, Fleetwood Mac. But this particular record that I made, I tapped into a lot of the influences on me that are very solely, the Stevie Wonder, the Marvin Gaye, and that was something that I had growing up. My older sister was really into soul music, and you sort of inherit the record collection of your siblings, and so yeah, I mean, I just sort of absorbed it completely and fell in love with it. So I've got that difficult thing where I've got to sort of reconcile the fact that I'm an Englishman singing a music, of America, but I do it.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. Do you consider yourself lucky that you're based in the UK versus the US? And I'll tell you why I asked that question. United States is a tough place for music. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is if you're in New York City, everyone says New York City is saturated. There's so much music out there. It's hard to get a specific audience to focus on that one band because it's such a wide, huge range of local artists as well as touring artists that want to play New York City no matter what. When you're in Phoenix, it's complicated too. So do you consider yourself lucky to be in the UK versus the US?
Well, I think sometimes the other, the being different is a good thing. I mean, I think perhaps an English artist in America might have a certain cachet. I look at certain artists in America. There's a guy called C6 Steve in the UK, a blues artist, who probably got ignored in America because, he's an old white guy playing the blues, kind of very, very rough, very sort of primal, kind of, two-string guitar, sort of slide stuff. And he's managed to kind of carve a niche for himself in the UK where he stands out. In America, there are probably a dime a dozen. On every corner, there's a guy playing the blues, So I think, the idea of finding, making yourself different, maybe I should come to America and be the English guy doing American music. Maybe that's the gimmick, But everyone needs a gimmick, man.
Yeah, no kidding. That's true. Let me ask you this question about your music. When you write a track that's really appreciated and loved by your fans, and then you play it back, do you ever worry about trying to attain that next pinnacle that even surpasses that? Or you just, like you've listened to your music. I seldom listen to my radio shows because I don't want to critique them. So now you listen to your music. Do you worry about that, hitting that next pinnacle?
Yeah, I think the process of learning as an artist, when you begin, there's an effortlessness to what you're doing, and you don't even know what you're doing. You're just creating. I mean, sometimes it can be highly derivative. Sometimes you can luck onto something. All of a sudden, if you're lucky, you come to something which is appreciated and liked, and then you become you start to analyze it. You start to go, well, I need to make one of them. I need to lay that gold egg again. So it can be a paralyzing thing. There are various things that you can do to demystify the creative process, and I often say things to me like, let's go write a shit song today. Let's just get a song written. It may be rubbish, it may not be rubbish, but let's not try. If you sit down and go, I'm going to write another classic, then you'll probably you'll probably die of you probably won't get anything done, or you'll be utterly disappointed. And the same goes for creativity. You've got to keep writing, you've got to keep exercising the muscle, in my opinion, and then have a sense of the editor stepping in at that point and then deciding, okay, this has got some value, and then hopefully some people around you can also help you to make the right choices, But it's not easy. It's and also, you do have to try and change as well. You can't. you can't just keep flogging the same the same thing again and again. You know, you do need to find a different palette, a different point of view. So yeah, it's like being alive, man. You know, you've got to find other ways to reinvigorate your life and reinvigorate your sense of self. And you know, it's tiring sometimes, but you know, that's the game.
I love that word flogging. Actually, what I'm going to do is when you said the word flogging, I'm going to take the video clip of John Cleese from Faulty Towers when he was flogging his car. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Classic,
yeah.
right? Do you like British comedy? I happen to love British comedy.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Vivian, you might have washed your hand.
By the way, after I have John Cleese flogging the car, I'm going to take a video clip that my wife and I had last night where she was flogging my ass with that little...
Okay.
I'll put that on there too. Why not? Let's.
That's good.
We're gonna do one of these.
I gotta bite something.
Let's put the personal stuff out there. So well, I'll tell you what, let's play a piece of music, and I've got a couple more questions for you, but another piece of music, and then we'll come back. What should we do next?
Okay, let's do the second single called Keep On Walking. This one is, you know, a message of kind of, it's not about the leaps, it's about the slow steps towards something.
Okay, cool. So here we go on the Dave Darren Show.
You've been chasing shadows in the fault lines of your past. You've been sailing blindfold with your back tied to the mast. Don't give in to bitterness when it's snapping at your heels. It takes a dream to see it, blood, sweat, and tears to make it real. You got to keep on walking when your heart is sinking low. Keep on walking when you feel like letting go. Keep on walking, 'cause I know it won't be long if you keep on walking. And hold on. You can't teach a turtle how to crawl into the sea. You can't know the future, that's just the way it has to be. You can't turn the clock back, you can't change what's gone before. But if you just believe it, you can't open any door. You got to keep on walking when your heart is sinking low. Keep on walking when you feel like letting go. Keep on walking, 'cause I know it won't be long if you keep on walking. And hold on, don't get burned out from running blind. Work that dream out, one step at a time. Ain't no struggle, ain't no suffering or pain. Won't be rewarded when the winds of fortune change. Don't let those snappers and backbiters bring you down. Keep your head together and your good foot on the ground. You got to keep on walking when your heart is sinking low. Keep on walking when you feel like letting go. Keep on walking, 'cause I know it won't be long if you keep on walking. And hold on, yeah.
Okay, welcome back to the show. We just played the track. What was it called again?
Keep on Walking.
Okay, and you mentioned the slow steps to precede the quicker paced steps, right?
I mean, it's just about the whole thing about life, you know. We're always trying to sort of get the shortcut. You know, we actually need to just grind.
Yeah.
We need to just put the steps in, put the long haul, the marathon. You know, life is a marathon.
There is never a shortcut, no matter what you do. And I've made this mistake too often. And now, as soon as I approach a task, I decide, Dave, we're not taking the shortcut here. We're taking the long approach. No matter what you do, if you're fixing a car and you think you're going to take the shortcut by taking the screw out and putting it somewhere where you're not focusing on where you're putting it, you're going to lose the screw because you didn't take the long cut of having a little plastic container there to put the screw in because you took a shortcut. You can never take a shortcut at all. I've learned that. I've learned that the hard way. No, there are no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts to music. How do you write music? Do you write lyrics first? Do you write the melody first? How do you go about, or is it so much a variety you can't really pinpoint it?
There's a lot of variety. Again, I think when you start off in the process, you maybe have one way of doing it, but then as you keep going, you realize that you need to utilize different methods. I mean, sometimes it will be a lyric, it might be a title for a song. I'm quite melodic in a lot of the things I do, so often I start with the melody and then I find a lyric that suits the emotion of the melody. But yeah, there's many ways to skin a rabbit, as they say.
Yep. When you write music, do you want people to, like if you had your choice, and if you had a section of the audience and you knew they were there to either listen to melody or listen to the words, what would you prefer? An audience fan to listen to the words or the deep melody behind the words? What do you like your music to be appreciated for?
That's such a difficult question. That's almost impossible. It's like saying who do you prefer, Lennon or McCartney? You know, it's. I think you underestimate the power of melody at your peril. You know, the emotional. What I would say is that melody is probably more immediate. Often, you know, the power of melody is incredible, and So, but I'm a huge lover of lyrics as well, and you can certainly destroy a nice melody with a terrible lyric. You know, I think when you're talking about pop music, certainly melody is more important. I think melody wins. But I mean, I love Bob Dylan, I love Neil Young. You know, I'm a huge admirer of those poets. You know, so
poets. That's a good word to use. I've never used that word, but you are correct. Music is poetry put to melody. Very true.
Sometimes, sometimes it's just she loves you. Yeah. But sometimes it's true. Better.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. Also, tell me about what was your best experience? Did you have one moment that you could share with us that you thought, man, this was like a great gig? Or a great sit down writing a piece of music? It was like so effortless. Is there something comes to mind? I'm catching you off guard, but so what? I'm catching you off guard.
It's a good question. That's a good question. I mean,
I'm a good interviewer. Come on now.
I think that there is, there's always. It's funny. Somebody was saying, there's this thing called the World Cup in football, in soccer, that's going on at the moment in Russia. And this guy, this footballer, this English footballer was saying what happens when you score a really important goal in a World Cup. And he said what happens is this incredible mixed emotions. You know, it's relief, it's elation, it's a million different things at once. And when you do something great in music, it's the same. You know, because I mean, I've done, say, like big shows. You know, when I just did a tour with Mark Knopfler, we played big shows, and we did Wembley Arena, big arenas. So you're going on stage in front of 10,000 people with an acoustic guitar, But one part of you is just thinking, let me not fall off the stage, let me not forget the words.
Yes.
And then another part of you is just elated and trying to take in the wonderful moment that people are responding to. So there's no. So to answer the question is when, it's almost like, when is there a pure feeling? When is it a pure thing? Sometimes when a bit of creativity happens, where just you get somewhere creatively, or it's like anything. It's like a nice conversation or something like that. You get to a place where you couldn't imagine you got there, before, you know. So it's just, I suppose it's that kind of chemistry that happens without you being too conscious.
Yeah.
Again, it's just being unconscious, being able to be unconscious about stuff. But look, I'm an analytical Englishman. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of I try to enjoy things, but you know, always I've got that little voice. You know.
Yeah. Have you been doing music without a break? Has there ever been a break where you were maybe disenchanted or anything like that? Any breaks in your career?
A break when I got a real job or something like that.
Yeah. Do you like real jobs? Do you hate real jobs? Do you wish music was your main?
I mean, I did a couple of summer seasons at, you know, like selling ice cream and stuff like that. My parents had a bookshop, so I did a few, you know, bad kind of days in the shop. I thought I've never, you know, like I say, I've always said this thing, I've never had a real job. I've always made a living from music. I was in, you know, covers bands when I was a teenager, and then went to college, and then managed to, you know, had a couple of years where I was really broke, trying to eventually made a few quid from music, you know, as my own as an artist. But so no, I've never. One of the things I will say is that, you know, and maybe it says something about the way the music industry is now, that I have to pace myself in my life. You know, if I could spend every minute worrying about my career, worrying about, well, what do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to give a CD to? Who do I need to? Why am I not bigger than Ed Sheeran now? What am I? You know, if I did that, I would go crazy, and it wouldn't probably help me. So what I need to do is choose my moments and my battles, and find other things in my life, you know, a hinterland of other things, so that I don't, you know, so I just get some perspective on my life and my career, and don't go crazy. I think when I was younger, I was just, you know, it can gnaw away at you. Do you know what I mean? This sort of, whether it's ambition or just desire, and you do need to find a way to. Yeah, just to come to terms with whatever life throws at you or offers you. You know,
yeah. Boy, that is so true. I was listening to the words, and it's almost like you're speaking personally to me, because I've got these demons that I deal with all the time, because I have a day gig. Man, it's almost like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it, because when I hang up the phone with you, I gotta take the wig off, the glasses off, and do my day gig.
You know, it's surprising how much you can get from, even though the work itself is not rewarding. There are elements inside that are. Do you know what I mean? Maybe the social element and the kind of interpersonal element. I don't know. Yeah,
well, you got to be careful, because I'll tell you something that happened yesterday. I went into the office, and I happened to be swimming in the pool, and I twisted my ankle a little bit. And I'm walking in, and some girl says, what happened to you? You're limping a little bit. And I said, well, it wasn't the pool accident. It was my wife with the strap on last night hurt my ass a little bit. So you got to worry about the intrapersonal things in your daytime job, because if someone hears that wrongly, and how can you hear that rightly?
I get the feeling that you're not necessarily signed up to the you didn't quite get the memo on the Me Too shit and the kind of PC brigade. Are you?
I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo. Okay?
Yeah, no, I have the memo. I've got it. It's right. Hello, Phil.
Do you ever stray into politics on your show? Do you steer clear? I mean, is this a relief away from that, or does it infect?
You know, I trickle on it periodically. I think I did something about. We have a big problem here in the United States, especially in Arizona, with illegal people coming in from Mexico. So, and actually, we have Donald Trump now attempting to build the wall to keep the Mexican people out. So we were building up a wall. So I did a political show one time, and I got blasted for it, where I said, you're not going to be able to build a wall, because you have to realize that the Mexican people, their best occupation is landscaping. And what they're going to do on the Mexican side of the wall is they're going to put up beautiful palm trees to make the wall on the Mexican side look beautiful. And they'll put the little baby palm trees. And as the palm trees get taller and taller, they're going to be landscaping the palm trees. And as soon as the palm tree is taller than the wall, and they're on top of the palm tree cutting it, they're just going to hop over the other side of the wall, and they'll be in the United States.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's a joke, right?
That didn't go over well as a joke.
Yeah. Well, this is good, man. I mean, like you say, you got to get the controversy to get the to get the clicks, man.
That's right. That's right. So tell me about what's going on in the UK. There, you have gigs coming up. You're touring the new music. What are you doing with that tour-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I just did a little tour in the UK and a London show with the full band, so that was great. And it's been a while since I've made a record, so it was nice. There was still an audience there to appreciate. You never know. So yeah, like I say, we've got this Dionne Warwick tour in the autumn, and I'm also touring with a guy called Jules Holland, who's kind of like a rhythm and blues guy in the UK. So there's a couple of shows, a few shows there, and I guess probably just start working on the next record, whatever that might be. So yeah, that's the focus at this point. But I'd love to come out to America. That would be really great. We are talking about it, so maybe that I can do something in America. But like you say, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, not easy at all. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, it was great having the show. Shout out how people engage with you. You're like a Twitter guy, a Facebook guy. People want to get in touch with you. How do they do that?
Yeah, I'm a Twitter guy. I'm a Facebook guy. So it's Jon Allen, which is actually Jonathan. So it's Jon, Jon Allen. And I'm on Twitter. Say hi. Say whatever.
Okay.
Shout insults, whatever you like.
Okay. Well, John, it was great having you on the show. I appreciate you giving us your time. Closing track of your music we can play on the show. Here's the closer. What should we play as the final song?
Let's go for Blue Flame. It's kind of a sexy, kind of a little bit JJ Cale. Let's go for that one, Blue Flame.
Cool. Okay, John, Blue Flame on the Dave Darren Show. Thanks so much for being a guest on the show. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for tolerating my 3 out of 10, which I think went to an 8 out of 10.
Brilliant. Good to talk to you, man.
Good to talk to you too. Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Don't know how you burn so cool and hot. I can't get enough of the thing you got. You drive me crazy when I see you with your head down low. Well, I get tongue-tied when you talk to me. I guess I'm lovesick as a man can be. I'm on a string, I'll let you take me where you wanna go. Blue flame, blue flame, I can feel your fire burning in my veins, and I wonder, could I mean something to you? Oh, I lose my mind when you catch my eye. I got no defense, got no alibi. Deep inside me, something about you keeps me hanging on. Yes, you made a mess of my best laid plans. Now all I want is to be your man. I can't fight it, now my heart is singing to your song. Blue flame, blue flame, I can feel your fire burning in my veins, and I wonder, could I mean something to you? something to you. Nice.